Hey, welcome to the shop. Today we're talking about what size MIG wire to use. Now when you're setting up your MIG welder, it's really a hassle to change out between wires, so it's nice to find one that'll work for most of the types of work that you'll do. We're going to try out two different sizes. They're the two that I'd recommend choosing between when you're first getting set up. And we're going to test them out on three different material thicknesses to see some of the difference. Now, the first one we're going to be looking at is 30 thousandths of an inch, 0.030 inches. This is right around 0.76 millimeters, and this is a good size, especially if you're running something like a 115 volt MIG welder. But it's also good if you're welding a lot of sheet metal. The general recommendation on this one is to weld anything from right around 22 gauge up to 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters. Now, the other wire that we'll be looking at is going to be 0.035 or 35 thousandths of an inch. And this wire is generally recommended to use right around 18 gauge up to 3/8 of an inch or 8 or 9 millimeters. Now, I'm going to tell you, you can stretch those ranges a little bit, but we'll play with that as we get into the test here. Now, the big difference in different diameters of wire is how much current they can carry, right? How many amps can go through the wire. And let's compare it to something that most of us are familiar with. This is an automotive fuse, and the way that it works is the little wire inside will burn if you try to pass too much current through to protect the circuit. So what happens if you have a small wire, you're going to limit the current to a lower value. A larger wire will limit it to a higher value. In the same way, when you're MIG welding with short circuit MIG, which is what's most common for us working in our garages and things, the wire actually goes down just like that fuse, and it will short out into your part, burn back, and then repeat that process right around 100 times per second. And so if you're going to be running, lower amperage, that works on smaller wire, higher amperage with a little bit larger wire, which usually corresponds to thicker material. First up is 30 thousandths of an inch wire on 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeter thick material. Now, as I weld along here, I am noticing how well this is running, right? This is right in the sweet spot for this wire, which makes it ideal for this type of sheet metal work. Now, when I switch over to 35 thousandths of an inch wire, still on this 1.5 millimeter or 1/16 of an inch thick material, I notice that it still runs pretty well. However, I'm down on the bottom end of the range, so it isn't quite as smooth as the wire burns off. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the results we got. So if you're looking here on the 1/16 of an inch plate, on the left side is where we're running that 30 thousandths of an inch wire. We got a nice smooth fillet weld running along here, though I got a little shaky at the end. And on the right with the 35 thousandths of an inch wire, you can see it's mounted up a little higher, but still definitely an acceptable weld. Let's move on to 1/8 of an inch thick or 3 millimeter thick material. Now with this, I'm running 30 thousandths of an inch wire. You can see the arc is jumping around a little bit more. It's a little more erratic. And that happens because I'm right at the top of the amperage range for this wire, so it's burning back a little further each time, but I'm still able to get a pretty nice result. Now moving up to the 35 thousandths of an inch wire, this is right at the sweet spot for this wire, and it's running in just a little bit smoother. It's a little bit more at home. If we take a look at the results, you can see once again I got an acceptable weld with both of these. This is definitely in the overlapping part of the amperage range and worked out either way, though I definitely would say that the 0.035, the larger wire, ran a little bit better. Now let's take a look at the 1/4 inch thick material. I'll start out with 30 thousandths of an inch wire. Now this is beyond where it's typically recommended, though there are suggested settings for my miller to run this, but anyway, as I move along, you can see that arc is even more erratic. We're definitely pushing the limits of what this wire is able to do in terms of thickness, but even still, I'm able to get the job done. Next, I'll move up in size to the 35 thousandths of an inch wire on this 1/4 inch, or right around 6 millimeter thick plate. And it is just a little bit more at home, running a little bit smoother, though it isn't a night and day difference. So when we take a look at the results, you can see once again we got an acceptable weld either way. So at the end of the day, does it even matter? What size should you get? Well, I would say if you're running like 115 volt MIG, then you're going to be limited on your amperage anyway, so I'd go with the 30 thousandths of an inch wire. Now if you are running a machine with a little bit higher amperage capability like I am here, if you're going to be welding typically right around 1/16 of an inch or 16 gauge material kind of centered in your range, and you go a little thinner and a little thicker, up to around 1/8 of an inch, and maybe occasionally do a 1/4, that's another time to use that 30/1000 of an inch wire. Now, if you are going to be welding a lot of things that are 1/8 of an inch thick or thicker, you know, going up to 1/4 inch or even 3/8 inch thick plate, I'd go with that 35/1000 of an inch wire as your all-around go-to. Now, clearly there are wires that are smaller and several sizes larger than this. However, I think these two give you some good options to get started, and picking one that'll work for most of your situations really is going to help things out and make it much more convenient for you. Anyway, if you have any questions or have any thoughts on wire diameters, what's worked well for you, let me know in those comments below. If you like this video or learned something here, hit that thumbs up and let me know, and we'll see you next time.